All right, let's dive in. Today, we are exploring a really powerful framework for using AI, not just to get quick answers, but to actually fundamentally upgrade your own intelligence.
Okay, that is a pretty intense quote to start with, right? It's confrontational. I mean, the common story we hear is that AI makes everything easier. But what if that ease is actually a trap? The whole idea we're exploring here is that while most people are accidentally training their own replacement, you can choose a totally different path.
In this slide just breaks it down perfectly. You've got two paths. On one side, there's the 99% approach, using AI like a wheelchair for your mind. Sure, it's easy, but it makes your thinking muscles weaker over time. But on the other side, there's the 1% way, using AI as a gym for your brain, a tool to build serious cognitive strength. And that is the path we are going down today.
So here's our roadmap. We're going to cover 5 key ideas. We'll start by mastering what's called intelligent laziness. Then we'll climb the intelligent hill of prompting. We'll train in the intelligent gym, become an intelligent fool, and finally, we'll map out your own personal path to genius.
First up, intelligent laziness. And no, this is not about slacking off. It's about being super strategic about where you spend your mental energy so you can reclaim your focus for the things that really, truly matter.
So this chart shows 2 critical zones. You've got the zone of laziness, which covers all those low-impact tasks where putting in extra effort gives you basically zero return. Then you have the zone of obsession. This is where being just 1% better can solve 99% of your problems. Nobel laureate Herbert Simon had a great word for this: satisficing. It means being just good enough on the low-impact stuff so you can pour all your energy and obsess over the high-impact one.
So how do we actually do this? With something called the drag framework. First up, D is for drafting. We've all been there, right? Staring at a blank page, completely paralyzed. AI is the perfect tool to smash through that paralysis. It can generate a first draft, heck, even a terrible one, that gives you something to react to and start building on.
Next, R is for research. I love this analogy. Think of AI like a spider that can fire off hundreds of web queries in just minutes and then summarize all that information for you. Work that would take a human days to do. It's a massive, massive time saver.
Then we've got A for analysis. AI can scan these huge, messy piles of data and find initial patterns that a human eye might just glance right over. Now, it's not the final word, but it's an incredibly powerful starting point for your own deeper thinking. And finally, G for grunt work. This is all the boring, repetitive stuff, reformatting slides, translating documents, cleaning up data. Basically, anything that doesn't require high-level judgment is a perfect job for AI. The key here, and this is super important, is to only apply drag to those zone of laziness tasks. That's what frees you up for what really counts. Okay, so now that we've freed up all this focus, it's time to start climbing the intelligent hill. This is all about moving past asking simple questions and learning how to architect prompts that get you truly elite results.
Most people are kind of stuck at the bottom of the hill. They're using what's called zero-shot prompting, just asking a question and hoping for the best. To get better, we need to climb. We start with one shot, where you give it one good example, then few shot, with multiple examples, then chain of thought, to force the AI to show its work. And at the top, you have agents, where you assign it multiple expert roles at once.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. A one-shot prompt is as simple as pasting in an example. For a few shot, you could feed it 5 of your old presentations so it learns your unique style. Chain of thought is almost like a magic phrase. Just adding think step by step dramatically cuts down on errors. And with agents, you can simulate an entire team in one go. The goal here is simple. Just try to move up one level from wherever you are right now.
And this brings us to the core idea, the real heart of this whole thing: training in the intelligent gym. This is where we make the big shift, from using AI as a simple answer machine to using it as a personal trainer for your brain. It's all about building your own capability, not just getting information.
The secret to the intelligent gym is knowing the difference between 2 types of tasks. For information tasks, you want to remove friction, get an answer as fast as possible. But, and this is key, for transformation tasks where your goal is to actually learn and grow, you have to add friction. Think about astronauts in zero gravity. Without resistance, their muscles just waste away. AI can be zero gravity for your mind. We need to intentionally add that resistance back in.
And this is a brilliant way to do it. It's called the progressive overload method. So first, you study a concept on your own. Then you use AI as your spotter at the gym. You start at level 1, asking it to quiz you like a high school student. Once you nail that, you level up. Quiz me like a college student. Then grill me like I'm in an executive job interview.
And finally, level 4. Challenge me like an irate boss who thinks I'm totally unprepared. This deliberate, escalating difficulty is what builds real, lasting competence.
Now for our final and maybe the most profound concept of all, becoming the intelligent fool. The big idea here is that the biggest barrier to our intelligence isn't a lack of knowledge. It's our own ego. It's that fear of looking stupid.
This quote from Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella just captures the mindset perfectly. He realized that his company's culture was filled with people who were pretending to know everything, and it was absolutely killing innovation. His solution was this simple but incredibly powerful shift in mindset.
And if you think this is just some fluffy corporate speak, just look at the results. They are staggering. When Nadella took over in 2014 and brought in this learn-it-all culture, the company was valued at $300 billion. A decade later, it hit $3 trillion. That is a 10x increase, driven in large part by this cultural shift towards intellectual humility and a hunger for learning. But this isn't just a business philosophy, it's literally grounded in our neuroscience. Our brains are constantly rewiring themselves through a process called neuroplasticity. And here's the wild part. According to neuroscientist Andrew Huberman, this process kicks into high gear specifically when we make mistakes. Getting things wrong releases chemicals that basically tell our brain, hey, pay attention, time to change and adapt. When AI gives us an instant, perfect answer, it completely bypasses this fundamental learning mechanism. That feeling of discomfort, that's literally the feeling of growth.
So, we've covered these really powerful frameworks. Now, let's make it real. This final section is your action plan. This is how you can put these ideas into practice, starting the minute this is over.
For climbing the intelligent hill, here's your game plan. If you're currently just asking basic questions, start simple. Add one clear example to your prompts. Once that feels natural, level up to using 3 or more examples. Then, start adding that magic phrase, think step by step. And finally, you can experiment with assigning multiple agent roles. Just take one step up.
To train in the intelligent gym, the process is crystal clear. First, and this is crucial, always study the concept yourself. Don't let AI be a shortcut to understanding. Then, bring in AI as your spotter and go through those 4 levels of progressive overload quizzing. The big takeaway is simple. Remove friction when you just need information, but add friction when you want transformation and growth.
And for becoming the intelligent fool, try this little exercise. Identify one topic, just one, in your field that you secretly don't understand as well as you should, but you kind of pretend you do. Then, go to AI and without any shame, ask the most basic foundational questions. Use that magic prompt. Explain this to me like I'm 10 years old. And embrace that slightly uncomfortable feeling. That's the signal that your brain is actually learning.
Which really leaves us with this final thought. True intelligence isn't about getting rid of all your ignorance. That's impossible. It's about getting rid of the need to pretend. AI gives us the ultimate safe space to be a student again, to ask anything without judgment. The only real question left is, are you ready to stop pretending and start really learning?